What is going on, guys? JPOD-SPORTS here. I'm late again on another acquisition the Giants just made, but we got Darren Waller, maybe top 3, top 5 tight end. Probably, I mean, even though he had a bit of a down year of injuries and production, but I feel like that's more due with McDaniels as his head coach. He likes to use his tight ends as blockers more than receivers. I think it's a phenomenal fit for the Brian Dable Kafka offense. If anybody knows how to use a tight end that used to coach with the Chiefs, it's Mike Kafka. I think he'll thrive. I think it'll help Saquon Barkley. It's definitely going to help Daniel Jones. And the way it's going to help Saquon Barkley, the reason why this is a good trade for us, is because it's going to take linebackers out of the box for us because they're going to watch Darren Waller. Darren Waller's a 6'6", 4'4" tight end, converted receiver, which what he was in the Ravens. And then the Raiders got him and made him a tight end, became a beast. But he's a 6'6" red zone threat, huge. We haven't really had a big guy in there. Kenny Galladay was supposed to be like that guy in the red zone that we were expecting to get, but we never really got out of it. But Darren Waller is definitely going to be the guy in the red zone. He uses his frame that boxed out what kind of like what Kenny Galladay did with the Lions. But he uses his frame to box out like smaller safeties, and he gets like 2 yard separation. But he's a tight end. But at receiver, I'm sure it would have been a little different. But you could use him in a lot of spots. He's got it's like an older version of Kyle Pitts. You can use him as receiver. You can use him in the slot. You can use him anywhere. This guy could line up wide. He can complement Daniel Bellinger very well. Get your blocking tight end and your vertical threat tight end. And he's a good blocker, too. He really, as you see right there, he's not a bad blocker. Evan Ingram couldn't block and have bad hands. But Darren Waller, I did not expect this. Maybe a little bit. I was thinking about, I was talking about somebody a couple of weeks ago. They could trade Darren Waller for like a 3rd round pick, and sure enough, it happened. But this is a great trade, and I did make a video earlier in the year when the Giants traded Kadarius Toney, why this was a good trade for the Giants. And the trade actually ended up paying off because I'll see if I can try to find the tweet, but we traded him for a 3rd round pick, the 100th pick in the draft, which we traded for Kadarius Toney. We traded Kadarius Toney for that pick and a 6th round pick. So basically, we traded Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller and a 6th round pick. I know a lot of people are clowning on Joe Shane the other day because he didn't sign everybody. But there's more things we don't see behind the scenes. With a weaker receiver class, he might not be not in the draft, but in free agency, he might be exploring his options via trade. So he's you just saw maybe he didn't like how Dalton Schultz was the best available tight end, or Gesicki had a really down year. He only had 200 yards and they played every game. Darren Waller didn't really play every game. He was hurt. Let me see if I get the trade. I think Rappaport has it. Rappaport, I think, has it somewhere. I just gotta find it. But it's a very good trade for us. I think next number 1 receiver and offensive line would be huge. Our offense is already so much better with Darren Waller. Oh, and also Gilmore went back. We got traded to the Cowboys. It looks like the NFC East is going to be a pretty tough division once again. We got to get some more weapons. So, yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, I just got the details. I got to find the details. I need to find the details of the Darren Waller trade. Schefter might have it. Schefter normally has everything, so I'm going to see what else. It's been a pretty good free agency start. A lot of moves, a lot of crazy moves. I do see the Jets that they're signing all these players to just get a chance at Rodgers. Here we go. Adam Schefter's, let's see, share screen. Yeah, here we go. Adam Schefter reports that the New York Giants are sending a 3rd round pick, number 100, to the Las Vegas Raiders, per source, which was a while ago at 2:00. So this is a big trade, and they're not done yet. They're going to get a receiver. I can't really tell you who really is available in the trade, but maybe they do swing at DeAndre Hopkins, which is, I don't know if it's more risky. Maybe when it gets someone younger, but it's possible. What if I get a guy like Brandon Ayuk is huge, but might cost you a first round pick. Maybe you want to just draft your own receiver or just sign somebody. I would like, if OBJ came back, that'd be kind of cool. Or like, I know that we have, I think we're setting up a meeting, or we have interest in Adam Thielen. I'm gonna be I'm not the biggest Adam Thielen fan. If that was what we would do, I mean, I guess like a number 2 receiver depends on what the money we give him, but I think Darren Waller it was a huge trade. I wonder if this was a trade they were going with in the beginning of the year, with like at the trade deadline, if it was a game, not game, if it was a trade that they were trying to get done, which was expensive at the time, but now it's because of his production a little bit and his injury history. I'm not too very worried about the injury history. I think he's just gonna ball out for us in our scheme. I think it's perfect for him. I think the Giants are one of those teams that know how to utilize the players' strengths. They get the most out of the players. The guys, look at Richie James. Look at how many yards he had. He had like 70 catches this year, so somewhere around there. And then Barkley had a career year. Even though he might not have the most touchdowns since his rookie year or the scrimmage yards, but rushing wise, career year. And then you got Daniel Jones. Look at what he did. They know how to use their strengths. And there's gonna be a lot of people that knock on Daniel Jones that aren't really Giants fans, or there are Giants fans that knock on Daniel Jones. But the guy's a good quarterback. He makes a lot of good throws. There's not really a throw that he missed. Name me if you name me 5 bad throws this year that Daniel Jones costed us a game. Daniel Jones didn't cost us. I don't think a single game this year. The losses we had were either just we got destroyed, Eagles twice. Well, the Eagles the other game. We didn't even play that game. Like, we played our bench. And then tied to Washington. We lost to Dallas by 2 one-possession games. I mean, yeah, maybe the Thanksgiving game, but Jack Anderson was in the game and some other guys. Like, I guys I never heard of. Like, our backup line. We had 3 backups on the line. Receiving core was like Isaiah Hodgins, his first game ever, the Giants. And then all injured everywhere. I don't think Daniel Bellinger was playing. Like, our defense, we had no corners. We only lost by a touchdown. And the first one, he was getting obliterated by the offensive line. Evan Neal had like 5 sacks. And then that's like 4 losses right there. And then the Lions game, not his fault really. I mean, the team was just dry. I mean, he had a pick and there or 2. Not really his fault. So that's 5. And then I think I really just don't remember the top of my head, but I mean, did we only beat Washington? Yeah, we only beat Washington in the division. But we didn't have like many losses. We beat playoff teams. You beat 2 playoff teams, I think? Maybe more than that. Oh, we lost to the Vikings, which wasn't even his fault. He also lost to Seattle, which wasn't really on him. Like, it wasn't like you just only go back to Daniel Jones. Sometimes it used to be like that when it was like Joe Judge's show, but not really Daniel Jones' fault. Anyways, short video, but I just want to give my thought why this was a good trade for us. I think it was a steal. And also, not to point out, Darren Waller, the way his contract is, after this season, there's no dead cap space. So say he sucks, you could just cut him. And you only traded like a 4th round pick, which is that 3rd round pick is really just a 4th round pick. If he sucks, you just cut him. And you just clear out the cap space. You get rid of his contract. So I think that's why the Giants did this trade, because they knew they could get out of it if it didn't work out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video. Peace.